It's 1:01. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. If you would, please rise. If you would, pray with me. Father, thank you for this day. And Father, we thank you for the rain that you blessed us with in the last few weeks. Father, we just pray for our first responders, Father, that you would keep them safe. And Father, we also lift up the roads in West Texas, that you would be with each driver, keep them alert. And Father, that we can get the number of deaths down from car crashes. Father, we just ask for wisdom as we conduct this meeting. And Father, we thank you for all the blessings that you've given us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Now, Councilmember Willis will lead us in the pledges.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please be seated. Okay, we do not have any proclamations, awards, or presentations, so we will move to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion?
Moved. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 1, we will open a public hearing to consider the approval of the request by Ladix Trading and Marketing. Mr. Brindley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and Council. The city sent out 5 notices related to this request. We did not have any notices returned. We did not receive any written response, positive or negative, related to this request. The property involved in the request is located southwest of the intersection of Maurice Road and Southwest County Road. The site is currently designated future development, and it is occupied by industrial development. Land uses in this area does consist of industrial development. The applicant and property owner in this case is Gladeau Trading Marketing Company, and the purpose of this original zoning request of light industrial would facilitate light industrial related development on this property. The proposed original zoning is not contrary to the established land uses in this general area or the land use plan of the City of Odessa's master plan. The proposed zoning would be located in a former industrial district that has recently been annexed into the city. The proposed light industrial zoning would be consistent with the standards that were set by the industrial district contract. And the Planning and Zoning Commission did give unanimous approval to this request of original zoning of light industrial, and planning staff does concur with this recommendation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from council? Okay. We will open up the floor for any public comment on this public hearing. If anyone would like to come forward, please. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item 2, we'll open a public hearing to consider the approval of the amendments of the City of Odessa zoning ordinance. Mr. Brindley.
Yes, sir. The purpose of this request is to consider amending various sections of the City of Odessa's zoning ordinance. This would be related to zoning districts, the uses allowed in these districts, some various development standards such as building setbacks and lot coverage, and also some amendments related to parking, some signage, site plan approval requests, and just some language updates and reconfiguration of the ordinance. In July of 2016, the City Council did adopt the city's comprehensive master plan. This was entitled Envision Odessa. One of the major goals of this master plan was to amend and update the zoning ordinance. As a result of several public input meetings and information gathering efforts associated with the composition of this master plan, the planning staff has been able to produce an amended zoning ordinance. The main purpose of the amendments is to update and reconfigure the zoning ordinance to make it a more user-friendly document. The amendments incorporated into this ordinance are intended to provide the owner greater flexibility in the use or development of their property, and it will also provide a clarity and explanation to some of the previously confusing sections of the zoning ordinance. The Planning and Zoning Commission did give unanimous approval to the proposed amendments, and planning staff does heartily recommend adoption of these amendments. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from council? Mr. Brindley, first we want to thank you on behalf of council. And I understand these are to make it easier for our constructions, all of our developers, to make things easier for them.
Yes, sir.
So that we can speed up the development of homes. And we thank you for all that hard work.
I've had a good staff working with me. Thank you.
I will entertain a motion. Yes?
Thank you.
Mr. Brindley, would you just reaffirm when you went over this with us, there are some standards for pre-manufactured homes. And our concern, we wanted to be sure these were not onerous additions.
Yeah.
And
No.
you had indicated that this would be something in the neighborhood of $500 a piece to comply with these standards, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's not a financial burden at all, and it is mainly for safety issues on that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any other questions? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Brindley.
Very much.
Under other, consider bid award of 2019 seal coat project. Ravon.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Mayor Council. The bids for this project were opened on March 12, 2019, and 2 responsive bids were submitted for this project. The lowest responsive bidder was Ronald Wagner in the amount of $1,498,015.41. The bid was within 9% of our estimate, and our estimate was $1,650,000. The purpose of this project is to seal coat approximately 626,000 square yards of major and local streets, which is approximately 31 miles. The Public Works Department has reviewed the bids and recommends awarding the bid to Ronald Wagner in the amount of $1,498,015.41. I'll be glad to
Are there any questions from council? Okay, I will entertain a motion.
Second.
It's not open. We have a motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Under ordinances, consider authorizing the abandonment of the 34th Street right-of-way, and Mr. Bryant will abstain from this vote. Go ahead, Mr. Armand.
Night and Machine and Service has requested that the city abandon 0.52 acres of 34th Street right-of-way between Brazos Avenue and County Road West. The city will retain general utility easement over the abandoned street. The business owner has agreed to the compensation due for this abandonment. City staff recommends approval of this item.
Okay, are there any questions from council? If not, I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All, and we saw 6 and 1 abstention. Next, under resolutions, consider award of the contract of the 2019 pavement rejuvenation, pavement restoration.
The Public Works Street Division is planning to use pavement restoration technique in lieu of seal coat for a portion of the preventive maintenance program for the 10th time. We actually started in 2009. This product is approximately half the cost of seal coat per square yard and offers a good service life. It is designed to be applied to the low volume streets, and our intent is to use it on many of the streets that have not been seal coated or have not been sealed in a number of years. And we are doing this year approximately 29 linear miles. The contract provides a turnkey project, and Pavement Restoration from Bernie, Texas is the provider of reclaimed material in the state of Texas. The staff recommends award of contract to Pavement Restoration as the sole provider of this material for the contract amount of $700,000.
Okay, are there any questions from council? Okay, I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Item 6, consider an industrial agreement with Pilot Flying J.
Mayor, Council,
Recently, Pilot Flying J acquired property at the intersection of Kermit Highway and Loop 338. Their plans for this property are to construct a travel center, and the company is requesting an industrial district for that property and also at the same time requesting annexation so that plans for water and sewer can continue while the city is putting together plans for annexation.
Okay. Are there any questions from council? I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Item 7, consider approval of the Ector Theater lease. Mr. Ferrero.
Mayor, Council, the item for your consideration this afternoon is the lease agreement for the Ector Theater. The lease agreement will be executed with Ector Theater LLC. The purpose of the lease is to have an operator for the Ector Theater. The O family's here representing Ector Theater LLC. This is a long-term lease similar to that was executed for the conference center. The lease does provide a booking agreement with the city, which means that the city does have access to the facility 6 times a year at no cost. We would be subject to any cost for any expenses, but in terms of the use of facility, it would be available to us. Again, this is a 30-year lease, and it will run concurrent with the one that was executed for the conference center.
Are there any questions or comments from council?
So is there a opt-out clause in this?
I believe most of our contractors probably have that, Gary.
What is that opt-out clause?
Vanessa, do you know the opt-out clause on that? You mean a termination clause, is that correct?
Opt-out, termination, whatever it is. Something that's going to protect us and stop.
Well, the lease will have a termination clause where in the event that they default, then we have the ability to terminate.
Okay. And could I get a copy of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
To the host, we're very excited about this opportunity, and I know y'all are as excited as we are. So, are there any other questions or comments? I will entertain a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
The vote is 6-1, and it passes. Oh, I'm sorry, you did have to abstain, so the vote is 5-1, and with 1 abstention. Okay. Next, move to miscellaneous. Any appointments to the boards? Okay. Hearing none, we will move to the citizen comment on the agenda. I don't have any. Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We stand adjourned.